entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey now, Spidey fans, it's your friendly neighborhood entertainment Buddha here to review Spider-Man Homecoming, which is now the third iteration of the comic book hero on the silver screen. There will be no spoilers present, but you should still proceed at your own risk. Okay, so Spider-Man Homecoming the best superhero movie of all time? No, it's not, but it's pretty solid. Wonder Woman is better in my opinion for so many reasons. So okay then, is it the best Marvel movie of all time? No, but it's up there, maybe top 5, definitely top 8. With that being said, it's still what I would call the best portrayal of the iconic Marvel web-slinger we've seen on the big screen, which comes as no surprise considering that Marvel Studios had a heavy hand in its production. It definitely feels like an MCU film, which is bolstered by the narrative, which picks up right after Spider-Man's involvement in Civil War. I really appreciate how these two films were tied together, effectively cementing Spider-Man as an official part of the MCU moving forward, which is a great thing for Marvel fans in general. I also appreciate how seamlessly this movie transitions from the events of Civil War. It feels like a direct sequel and did more to push the MCU's overarching plot forward than the latest Guardians film, and just offered up a new type of Marvel movie starring an age-appropriate Peter Parker, who feels more genuine than Tobey Maguire's and Andy Garfield's versions. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy their stints as Spider-Man. I actually really enjoyed Garfield's portrayal, but he and Tobey felt out of place. They were a bit too old and didn't really fit the high school teen profile that Peter needs to fit. Tom Holland, on the other hand, both looks and acts the part of a 15-year-old Peter Parker. The dude nails the character and completely feels like a teen dealing with great responsibilities, and at times he handles that immense pressure like a teen by bucking authority and doing what he wants over what is best. During others, his good-natured soul shines with the innocence of a young man who hasn't been beat down and made overly cynical by the world yet. One can only hope that Marvel's involvement with the character will keep Tom in the role for longer than a few films, because like RDJ, Chris Scarlett, the other Chris's, Jeremy Sam, and countless other actors with recurring roles in the MCU, Holland needs to remain a fixture and keep this new continuity going into the fourth phase of Marvel's ever-expanding cinematic universe. Outside of Tom's portrayal of Spider-Man, Homecoming also shines with a great villain expertly played by Michael Keaton. His Vulture is an atypical comic book movie villain in that he isn't the tried and true, I'm gonna blow up the world type of guy. He's more of a low-key villain who was forced into the role through circumstances surrounding the Battle of New York. He's not really out to kill masses of people or world domination. He just wants his due and to provide for his family, so he comes off as a deeper villain than most of the other ones featured in the MCU. It was nice to get away from the standard comic book movie plot of a bad guy wanting to blow up a city or the world in favor of a smaller scale criminal scheme. It played into the crux of the movie, which is Peter trying to deal with the high he felt from the Civil War battle, while also being pressured to be a kid and do his superheroing on a small scale basis. You know, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man type of action. Homecoming really is about Peter coming home from an amazing life-changing event and trying to deal with the fact that he's just a kid and doesn't need to be mixed up in the galactic-sized conflicts that the Avengers and other Marvel movie characters find themselves in. This film is about his growth as a person and a hero, and how all young people think they know everything until they don't. Peter learns some hard lessons, but ones that help him go from an Avenger superfan with an undying need to be part of the team in action to a more level-headed and thought-out character that is getting closer to becoming the amazing Spider-Man we all know him to be. Spider-Man Homecoming truly is a magical film, but I wouldn't completely buy into some of the early hype around it. Yes, it's the best Spider-Man movie to date, but I wouldn't go so far as calling it the best comic book movie ever made, or the best Marvel movie of all time for that matter. I still think 2017's Wonder Woman is better as an all-around movie, but Homecoming is no slouch and is just another example of how the MCU is a well-oiled machine that keeps on churning out fantastic films that are all related to each other. There really is nothing wrong with this movie. it earns a deserved 8.9 out of 10 review score from Team EB, so you know it's well worth your time and money to check out. Sure, you could complain that the Iron Man cast is a foreboding presence and that the movie is more of an Iron Man Spider-Man hybrid, but I think that line of thinking is a mistake. This film needed a strong tie to the MCU to officially cement this Spider-Man's place in it, so there are no better characters to do this than the Iron Man cast that kicked off the whole MCU 10 years ago. Spider-Man Homecoming should definitely be added to your movie watching to-do list because it really is a fun film for all ages. Web-slinging your asses to a theater this weekend is a highly recommended activity. You won't be disappointed in this new and improved Spidey. Thanks for watching. Matt Haywood here, signing off for EntertainmentBoo.com, where we make you a better geek, one post at a time.